see if I can walk down the hill without tripping.
Gibson, one of the founding partners of DTS. Even though travel's starting back up, we know it's difficult for many, so we wanted to produce a video tour to share with you. This is our main sewing floor. We have 2 floors of sewing with QC and pressing stations. Our main floor is where we have the largest line, so we're sewing the garments with the greatest number of operations. As you see, we have lots of natural light and the doors are open. We're blessed with beautiful weather year-round in the foothills of Guatemala. Not hot, not cold, but just right. The gentleman in the red vest is Fernando, our plant manager. He has an eye for quality and a heart for helping others. We're headed up to our 2nd floor sewing room. This is where we reconfigure our machines into small modules to produce small batches. It looks a little different almost every day depending on what we were sewing. Today is very small indeed, as we're finishing up a small batch order and everyone else has gone down to the main sewing floor to work on a very large order. Here's our machine shop. We have 2 mechanics on staff who are responsible for resetting the machines at the end of the day for the next day's work. Now up to our in-house cutting department. We run several in-stock programs for customers, so the racks you see on the left are actually taking up half this room. An in-stock fabric program allows us to turn production very quickly for those customers. Both of these machines are sublimation heat press machines. Even though we have lots of space in our factory, you never have enough room for everything in this business. Yes, we know that your office looks like this too. We knew we wanted to have in-house cutting when we built our factory, because without quality cutting, you can't have quality garments. The cutting team does a fantastic job. Mercedes, Kevin, and Benner work hard and safely. And Adolfo, the cutting room manager, ensures everything runs smoothly to keep the sewing lines busy. This is the view from the back of the factory. The greenery continues up the mountainside behind us. We're now at the top floor of the factory, where we have offices, the sample room, and the decoration department. We make heat transfer labels and large heat transfer prints in-house, as well as sublimation printing. Our water-based screen printing is on the first floor, so 4 floors down from here. Say hi to David, our trims manager. He makes sure we have all the correct trims prepared for each order. There goes Nicolas. You'll meet him a bit later. Say hi to Anna, my business partner.
Wave.
And here's Cindy. They make sure everything runs smoothly and everyone in the factory is well taken care of.
Maybe on Friday, we can make a video with our machine.
Oh, that'd be great.
This is our sample room, but pretty much everyone is sewing production today. And this is our security system. All of it. Most factories in Guatemala need razor wire and armed guards because they're down in the city. We're in a lovely and safe community up in the foothills. Open doors and no guards needed. Here is Marilyn's office and more printing equipment. She's actually down sewing production today. You saw her in the lines at the beginning of the video. It's pretty unusual for a factory to have people to sew knits and wovens and then go back and forth between samples and production and printing. But we have a really tight-knit crew, and we've spent a lot of time training people to be good at more than one thing. We know they enjoy it because we have less than 1% turnover. San Pedro is a very old town. Its existence first documented in 1543. And it's truly a mountainous town at 7,000 feet elevation. We clearly love the mountains. Our Colorado office is at 9,000 feet. Our factory is built on the side of the mountain and is 5 floors, so we all get lots of exercise. Our original facility is there next door, but it was too small and not constructed to be a sewing factory. We were blessed to have the owner of the building offer to build us this factory right next door and build it to our specifications with lots of windows and doors for airflow, plenty of space to grow, and fire escapes on every level. This is our conference room on the top floor. Look at those views. We thought we'd dive in a bit deeper for those interested, talk about a couple of sewing machines and our sewing and our quality. Okay, so this is obviously a single needle, not too interesting of a machine, I know, but what I wanted to talk about is quality. To us, a garment is not sustainable if it's of poor quality and will only be good for a few wears and then thrown out. There's a lot that goes into making a quality garment from the design forward, but sewing, of course, is a big part of that. All factory sewers are fast because all sewing is priced on how many minutes it takes to sew a garment. But there is a balance between speed and quality, and having the right balance depends on the difficulty of the operation to maintain low cost and high quality. Pressing is another important to think about when it comes to quality. A lot of factories will only press at the very end, which is okay for a few styles, but many really do need to be pressed during the sewing process to produce the best quality. Here is one of our cover stitch machines. I have a real love-hate relationship with these things. Have you ever tried to thread one from scratch? It is not for the faint of heart or the impatient person. Buttons and buttonholes. Perfection is key. Here, we're marking buttons. Easy task, right? Yes, but when the garment is double-breasted, it becomes even more important that everything is lined up perfectly. So for this style, we have a partner team to make sure it's right the first time, every time. Back to the cutting room to talk about safety and quality. This can be a dangerous job. No one should ever let me near one of those knives. All the cutters wear chainmail gloves to prevent accidents. We let the knit fabrics rest 24 to 48 hours before cutting. And then we check the cuts against the original patterns to ensure accuracy before we even get to the sewing lines. Here's Nicolas again, our head sample sewer. He's a brilliant designer and can make anything from scratch. But he's also spent time as a line manager, so he understands production. That means when he's working on samples, he knows what will work in the production lines and what needs to be changed for better quality and efficiency. Thanks so much for joining us on our virtual tour, and we look forward to seeing you in person soon one day.